Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Okay, just ahead of John Frenzy, a sports update on this Friday morning. The NHL Players Association's executive is voting on a 24-team playoff proposal as the return-to-play format, according to a person with knowledge of the situation. Results of the vote could be in as soon as tonight. Even if the executive board votes to approve the format, though, it doesn't yet seal the deal for the NHL season resuming. The league and players union still needs to negotiate other details, including health and safety protocols. One of my NHL contacts telling me last night that August 1st is the projected date to be on the ice opening the playoffs. The Western Hockey League has announced that Adam Beckman, forward for the Spokane Chiefs, has been named the recipient of the Four Seasons Memorial Trophy for WHL Player of the Year. Beckman is the first Chief to earn the award since Ray Whitney back in 1991. The honor also marks the third straight year the Four Broncos Memorial Trophy has been bestowed to a player from the U.S. division. Beckman, a Minnesota Wild prospect, had 107 points this season. And Kenny got work. Haley poured in 68 points in 2 games Thursday as Raptors Uprising Gaming Club continued its unbeaten season. NBA 2K League with a series win over Hawks Talon Gaming Club. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Liquor Store. Their kitchen's open and awaiting your order. Call 761-2777 for their hours or visit their Facebook page for their menu. And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. All right, let's put a camera on this guy. We got John Frenzy in the bunker. How you doing, Lynch?
I'm doing great, Rod. Nice to have the rest, but I missed you guys.
Just pull that mic right up to you. Not like you really need it, but what has the last 2 months been like for you?
Well, it's been interesting, eh? I can't believe what's going on. The football thing really bothers me. I want to see football in Regina, in the CFL, in this league. We've got a great football team this year. I want to see the Grey Cup game here. It's going to be a great game. The stadium is beautiful. I know a lot of people who are preparing for it, have prepared for it, so it's a bit disappointing. And the wife, of course, she and I had to figure out different games to play, of course, with everybody at home, eh? Mm-hmm. So we played a little outside hockey. I didn't realize she was one of the star right-wingers for the Carlisle Red Wings 20 years ago.
Your wife played hockey. Come on.
A tough girl. You told me she was, but I didn't believe it. So we played that for a while. Not too long, till I realized I was in the wrong league. Then we played Pin the Donk and the Taily and all those great games, eh? Dominoes, checkers.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good, clean, old-school fun.
Good, clean, old school. We watch a lot of TV. Our favorite shows are Blue Bloods, of course. That's great. We had a good time.
Well, our viewers are just going nuts with seeing you, John Frenzy. I think they very much enjoyed the fact that you said you were playing mini sticks in the basement with your wife, Marg. Jeff would like to know, did you win the basement?
I got beat 9-2.
You got beat 9-2.
And 11-1, so I quit. The dog barked too much, didn't want me to play anymore. The cats didn't mind. The dog barked too much with me out there. I look bad. Tough girl. Body uses her body.
He lost to his wife. The pets were upset. Lynch took his ball and went home. Except he was home, so it was an even bigger problem.
That's right.
So, people are writing in. Alan, the intern, the Asian sensation, says, hey, it's the shinny god, Frenzy. Are you talking about his shins or the street hockey part? Alan, the intern. Oh, okay, listen, we can sit here and field questions from our viewers all freaking day if we want to. For Frenzy, for instance, Randolph Zora writes in and says, hey, Frenzy, how's the old bald Baron feeling?
He's feeling fine.
That's Lynch's broadcast partner from the 1970s, broadcasters of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Right, Randy. He's healthy. He's back healthy. He went through it. It was quite a shock, but he's okay. He did the quarantine bit. Got a new girlfriend out there as well, so he's in great shape.
Wow. The bald Baron. And he wasn't upset that you broke the news that he had coronavirus?
No, a little bit mad, but not too bad. I've done a lot of things for him over the years. Off the field.
Right.
And on the field, too.
Right. Ron Barnett has sufficiently recovered from coronavirus, the former voice of the Rough Riders. We have a viewer here. Jeffrey Gardner writes in. He says, I'm checking in from L.A. No Kings, no Ducks, but we have the Rod Pedersen Show. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey, watching from Los Angeles. If you are that big of a hockey fan, you would have really loved yesterday's show with Tim Hunter, Reed Lowe, Rich Sutter, and Jason Strudwick on a hockey day. But today is a football day. So, Frenzy, let's get down to brass tacks. 1 week ago, you hung up the phone disturbed with the fate of the CFL and your beloved Rough Riders. How are you a week later, given what the commissioner said on Wednesday?
I can't say it's maybe more optimistic. He came here and covered his rear bum. Covered his bum. Let's get ourselves. He said it's tough. Things are going to be tough out there. We may not be able to get together. I mean, if you get together to put a team together, they got to be Americans. They got to come across the border. Will the government of Canada allow them to do that? Will the American government allow them to do it? I don't think so. Then, if they get here, remember they got to get involved in quarantine. 2 weeks of quarantine. I didn't realize that would have to happen. So that's another month, 5 weeks away. I think it's going to be tough. I hope they do it. I want to see our Commissioner Larry to do it. I want him to show he can be the leader and make it happen. This is the big one. And guys, I don't know if you people out there realize this. The club was formed on September the 13th, 1010.
1910.
1910. It's 110 years old, this team. How many times have the Rough Riders not fielded a team to play in the Canadian Football League? How many years did we miss? I love to see the answers out there. Well, the answer is 3. 110 years. 3 years, 113 times they made it. It's just unbelievable. What can you say about it? They didn't miss 2 years of the war in 1916, 1917, and the final year of World War II, 1944. So, but other than that, through the dirty 30s, the Depression, because of the leadership this team's had, we've had a football team here, and a good one. We had a good team in the late 20s and 30s. In the Grey Cup 8 times, and against the Eastern teams that were really good. The Eastern teams beat us because they were really good. Our team, the Riders, were good too. They were real good too, but this Eastern teams were fabulous at that time. So that's why our luck at winning Grey Cups didn't start till 66.
But Lynch, I think the people that have been watching this show long enough realize that you're buddies with the forefathers of this franchise, the Tom Shepherds, the John Lips, the Phil Kershaws, all those guys. Why do you think, and what are they saying about the fact that through 110 years they've survived everything basically, but for a bloody virus, this league is teetering, unfolding? Because I think we've all realized that if they don't play this year, David Braley's not lying. They could fold.
Yeah.
How did this happen? How did it happen?
Well, you got to realize this team has had sensational leadership, particularly in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. People like Clear Warner, Greg Barber, Greg Grassick, Ralph Pierce, just unbelievable legends in Canadian football. They've been the leaders of Saskatchewan Rough Riders as players and managers. And that's one of the reasons they just said, no way, we're going to play. We're going to play no matter what. Now, our current leadership, I don't know what to say about that. The great Tom Shepard, when he was in his glory, he'd be saying the same thing. The same with Lip, but those guys have retired, and their desire is retired too. I guess that's not the way to put it, but it's tough. I don't understand it. I'm concerned that if we got another meeting with the commissioner in late July, late June, I'm thinking, to announce there's no schedule this year, not playing. I mean, that'll be tough to take. No football, no Riders. I mean, I don't know what happens to the team. They'll have to be rebuilding. They've never done that before. I think because of Saskatchewan Riders are who they are, they'll do it. But I don't want to see it. And it shouldn't happen. And we've got that beautiful stadium. And what's more, we got the Grey Cup coming to Regina this year. And we got a terrific football team that I've said 110 times, with our favorites to either win the Grey Cup or finish second. I mean, a lot of people feel that Riders and Bombers will be 1 and 2 in the West, of course. But Riders, definitely a terrific football club, and they're making it better every day.
Lynch, you are knocking it out of the park today. So by the way, I just want to read some messages from our viewers on the Prairie Mobile text line, 840-8777. You can reach us 306-840-8777. Tanner from White City writes in, says, hey, Rod, can Lynch update us on his floor hockey series with his wife? Haha. He did, Tanner, in case you missed it. He lost 9 games to 2, and he quit.
Right.
I guess that would make it a best of 15?
That's right.
16? From Brady, writes in, he says, his ultimate player, arm Russell Wilson, feet Jackson. You talking Lamar Jackson? That's a good one.
Yeah.
IQ Russell Wilson, swagger Cam Newton, leadership Tom Brady. That's cool, but the point was CFL quarterbacks.
Not swagger in the NFL, Cam Newton, my friend. Cam Newton hasn't got much of a swagger.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, then, that's for sure. By the way, he hasn't signed with anybody yet, has he?
No, he doesn't even have a contract, much less swagger.
Yeah, he didn't know a contract.
Lynch, who's your perfect quarterback with CFL, using CFL bits and pieces?
Oh, the perfect quarterback in the CFL. My perfect quarterback is Mike Riley.
No. Using these criteria.
Oh, okay, go.
Who has the best arm?
Riley.
Who's got the best feet? Riley.
Guy in Montreal. Adams.
VA. Yeah, okay.
Adams.
Who's got the best football smarts, IQ?
Zach Claris.
Thank you. That's what I said. Who's got the most swagger, arrogance, confidence?
Oh, guy in Bo Levi.
Of course. Like you didn't even need to think about it. And who is the best leader? You'd better say Fajardo.
Well, I'm saying Fajardo. Can't you see my mouth? Fajardo. Fajardo. Cody Fajardo. Of course. Cody's fantastic. And by the way, folks, Cody Fajardo. Don't talk about him. He's one of the great quarterbacks we've seen. He was fantastic last year. He was the outstanding player in the league, eh? Just about. Should have been. But
I agree.
All-star quarterback. He was terrific. Is he for real? Yes. And that's why I want him to see this play this year. I can't imagine him sitting around for a year. It just bugs me all to hell.
And one more before we break and bring on Kim Murphy. CFL officiating great. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, too, for officials. They actually do put refs in the Hall of Fame, as you probably know that.
Yep.
John is on the selection committee for the Rough Riders Plaza of Honor. So I just want to spend a couple minutes on that. The poll question today for Capital Auto Mall is, should Andy Fantuz be in the Riders Plaza of Honor? Last I checked, 70% of you plus on Twitter are saying that he should be. And, yeah, he does have the resume. But with this committee, of which you're on, Lynch, it is not necessarily a slam dunk for guys you think should be. Took years to put Kerry Joseph in. And what are you laughing at? Fantuz left on his own accord to sign with his hometown Ticats, which, by the way, he doesn't regret. But that does affect the way you guys vote. That affects the way you guys vote.
Doesn't. No doubt about it. Yes. No doubt. I'm sure he will be in next 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
But I just wanted you to talk about the criteria for which you put guys in. What do you base it on? Do you have it written down, or do you just go by a feel?
The criteria is written down. Must be retired for 3 years. Must have been retired. Must have played for the Riders for 3 years. Must have been an All-Star at least once, a West Conference All-Star.
Are you making this up?
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like you're making it up.
I'm not. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
You have to be an All-Star once. You have to be what else? Say it again.
Western, all Canadian if you can. A Western All-Star twice, or a Canadian All-Star once.
And you did have rules that you had to have played for at least
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
But you made exceptions.
We did.
Kerry Joseph and Rhett Dawson.
Yep.
And you have to be a nice guy.
Be a nice guy. Yeah, they want you to be a nice guy in the community, and that's very important to the Rough Riders. Smaller town, doing a good job of representing the Riders to the best of your ability, to a positive way, definitely very important, because there's some people that haven't done that. Can I name one or better not?
No. Why isn't Shivers in?
Oh, don't ask that question.
So you knew I had to.
That's right.
Is Kim Murphy ready, guys? He is. Okay. We'll break and be back with Kim Murphy talking CFL. He just scratched the surface with some of his great CFL stories the last time he was on. He'll be with us next. It's the Rod Pedersen Show, Facebook Live, Game Plus TV Network, and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of the Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.